Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome in. In today's video, we are going to go through my completed pages for November of 2025. So if you're interested in that, stick around. If this is your first time on my channel watching my completed pages videos, I have been starting out with my coloring journal. So if you're not interested in this part, I will have timestamps down below so you can skip ahead to the finished pages if you don't care about this part. So we're going to go over November here and check it out, y'all. My pages match my nails. I keep moving you around. I think maybe my tripod is too close to the table again to make you jiggly. Anyways, November. I wrote down some hashtags. Chrissy, you're so awesome. She always tags me on Instagram in any hashtags or whatever. So I appreciate you doing that. I was going to do, whose is this? This is Jamie's. Oh my goodness, I didn't write this down very well, did I? Finding Joy in Color. I see. I did actually write it down. Finding Joy in Color. Her name is Jamie. She did a November Mad Tea Party 2025 and Create Your Wonderland. I believe I have this information correct. I did not do those hashtags. I was going to, but I just didn't get to them. And then Jordy from Jordy Colors, she does, from my understanding, she does the Color of the Fairy Tales throughout the whole year. But we did Color of the Fairy Tales November 2025, and I did participate in that one. So I did one hashtag this month. And then Buddy Colors, last month, me and Evelyn from Evelyn's, what is the name of your channel, Evelyn? Evelyn's Coloring. I'll put it across the screen and link her down below. Anybody that I talk about in this video, their channels will be linked in the description as well. But we were doing Christine Karron, Miss Pumpkin, and Evelyn finished hers last month. So I will put hers up. When I show mine, I'll put hers up. And then I did a buddy color with my daughter in Grains of Gold by Hanna Karlzon. So 2 buddy colors there. And then I also have a full book channel color along in Christine Karron's Wildflower Folk. And Evelyn sent me her pictures of the crystal page and Tides of Time page. So again, I will show that when that comes up. But my YouTube stats, I started the month with 547 subscribers. I finished with 578, so I gained 31 subscribers. So hey y'all, if you're here watching this, welcome in, welcome in. Instagram, I started with 103 and I finished with 112. So I gained 9 followers on Instagram. I'm not real active on my Instagram, but I have been trying to make it more of a priority, but I'm still not real active over there. Let's see, my focus this month, I wanted to start prepping for Vlogmas, and I am doing that, and I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Happy first day of Vlogmas, because I'm going to be posting this video on Monday, December the 1st, 2025, and today is Saturday, November 29th, 2025. So, yes, this will be the first video for Vlogmas. I'm going to be doing a video every day in the month of December, from December 1st until Christmas. And I'll talk more about what I'm going to try to do in another video. But stay tuned for that. Let's see, I found YouTube channel that I found, Mira, it's probably Mira Byler. Again, she'll be linked down below. I've been watching her for a little while, but I don't think I've ever mentioned her because she does all kinds of different art. She does painting, she does colored pencils, she does adult coloring, she does just about everything. And yeah, I like her channel. I finished 2 whips this month in Romantic Country. It's a double page spread. I got 2 new books this month from Color in Heaven, which is crazy, right? Because I got issue 133, the Christmas special, and then just like maybe a week later, I got the next issue, 134, Flower Fairy special. And I'll show you those books, actually. Let me show them to you now. I've got them buried, of course, because I thought I was prepared. But y'all wait on me, right? I'm getting there. All right. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way so you'll be able to see it. This is issue 133. This is the Color in Heaven Christmas special. These are long books, so it's kind of hard to show the whole thing. But here are the illustrators in this. And I think I showed this in another video. I may have showed it in the last video that I did. Seems like that I did. I haven't been able to film a whole lot in November because the construction is still going on in my house. Not in my house, on my house. The landlord decided to put siding on it, and they started on November 3rd, and they're still doing it, y'all. There we go. Isn't it cute? Julia Speary. I like grayscale, so. Anyway, Color in Heaven has a YouTube channel, and I will link that below. They do a flip through every month of their issues, so I don't really do flip throughs of these because they do their own. So there's that one, and then like a week later, I got the Flower Fairy Folk special. And there is the illustrator on that one. We'll just give you an idea of what's in here. Very cute. Very cute. Okay, let's get on with it here. Those were the new books I got. Color Along, the Wildflower Folk by Karron. We did Crystal and Tides of Time this month. And then I completed 16 pages. So I think that I've told you all the updates here. So there we go. Let's get into the good stuff now. Okay, first up we've got Grains of Gold by Hanna Karlzon. And this was, let me grab my planner here again with my notes. This was, I did a buddy color in this one, and this one was also part of Jordy Colors' Color of the Fairy Tales November 2025. So let's see what we got here. We did if I can find it. Oh my goodness. I had to literally put y'all on pause because I could not for the life of me find this page. So here we are. This is a very crinkly page because this one's got a lot of stuff on it. But Jordy Colors, let's see. The prompts for the hashtag was ball, frog, well, and crown. Well, we got a frog. So this is part of that hashtag. And let me just tell you what I threw with this one. Look at the list here. I used the H&B pencils, and I used those because my daughter bought this book this last month, and she purchased H&B pencils. So I wanted to use the same thing she was using, and I will have her picture up over here. Some of the things were similar in how we colored it because we didn't show each other any progress until we were done with it because we didn't want to influence each other. But this part of our pages down here look pretty similar, but her mushrooms are red, and I love the way she did hers. She did a really good job. Good job, child. But let's see. H&B pencils, pouring paint. I used that right here, and I used some chrome that you put on your nails. I mixed it with the pouring paint, and this is what it looks like. And it's, I'm gonna have to pick out the whole book maybe. But you should be able to see it shimmer. Maybe you can't. In person you can. There's glossy accent. That's what the raindrops are. It's all glossy accent, and then I've got little gems on top of that. I hope that's close enough so you can see. So it's raised off the paper. And let's see. Opal glitter medium. I put that on the background. What did I use for the background? Oil pastels, I think. Yes. I wrote it too small, couldn't see it. I used oil pastels on the background to make it look like a cloudy, rainy day. And then I put the opal glitter medium over the top of it. But yeah, oh, and there's glossy accent down here on the snail to make him look slimy. There's glossy accent under him too. So yes, this is a very sparkly page that, yeah, I like doing this kind of stuff in these books. But that is what I called the Frog in the Rain, and that is the buddy color with my daughter, and also for the hashtag Color the Fairy Tales November 2025 by Jordy Colors. I feel like I was very long-winded on that. That's the first one. Whoops. Now I'll never find the page again to put my marker back. Okay, next is Romantic Country, the second tale. There is a whip in here that I finished, which is a double page spread. And then there's also a page that I finished in July that I never showed. I did put a picture of this in progress on my Instagram, but I did not ever show it in my finished pages because I don't know. I think I must have forgot, not sure. But let's see. I used Prismacolor and I used Posca glitter. I outlined some of this. That's what that is with the Posca glitter. I think you can see it on the leaf. And then I used oil pastel. And the background here, that's what that is oil pastel. The blue is oil pastel. This is the Posca. And that's the Posca. But let me try to move it around. I like the way this came out. It's very bold for me. I don't usually color this way, but that's what it wanted me to do, I think. I like the way this turned out, but I do put some parchment paper in between it because of the oil pastel, but I think it should be dry enough by now. It's been since July. And then the page that I finished, where is it? There we go. I get lost when the pages are big. I've noticed that about myself with color palettes. If there's a lot of stuff on a page, I find it difficult to keep it cohesive. So that's something I'm going to need to work on. So I should probably color more things like this to work on that. But that's this page. And then we'll move it over. And I've got quite a lot of stuff on this. And I don't know what I did with my tag. And here comes my furnace, so one moment. Okay, furnace finally went off. I started to talk about this page, and I did not write down everything I used for it, but I'm going to try to remember. I know I did color it with Prismacolors, and I know that this is paint. And this is, I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it's like, used to when I was a kid, they would have like paint by numbers, and there would be like a row of paint in little pots. That's what this is. And there is some metallic watercolor paint all through here. And what else? That is pencil. There is some acrylic marker here on this part. I think this is Stella on this. Most of it's coming back to me, y'all. I think that's all. This was a wow. I want to color in this book more. I've got some pages marked that I will talk about in my coloring plans for December, and that'll come after this video. But I am going to color in this in December. There's that one. I'm literally marking it off over here to make sure I tell you all the pages. Next, we will come up with, this is the Christine Karron show from here on out, y'all. Just so you know. Wildflower Folk, Christine Karron, one of my very favorite books. And we've got a full book color along on the channel. Every month I pick out 2 pages from this book and I post them on the community section of my YouTube channel. And if you want to participate, everybody's welcome. If you want me to show your finished pages that you do, contact me on Instagram, or I do have an email, and that is, I can put that in the description below this video if you want to do it that way. But I will share your pictures if you want me to. So the first one we did was Crystal. And when I saw this picture for the first time, I knew she had to be blue. There had to be a lot of blue. So I made her blue. And I used Prisma to color her. And then there's Distressed Ink, and that is what is around here, around the background. I've got Mod Podge Gloss, and that is what is on top of her clothes. And then I've got some blue glitter, and I tried to piece it one piece at a time down, and I used the Mod Podge Gloss as the glue to hold the glitter down. But she's twinkling. Sometimes it's hard to show this stuff on camera. But that's what she looks like up close. I used Gamsol to, on her skin and her hair. I thought the crystals turned out okay. I'm not very good at coloring those, but I think it turned out okay. And then Evelyn from Evelyn Colors, she also did this page, and she sent them to me just a little while ago on Instagram. So I will have her picture up here. She did a very lovely job, as always. because this is not Evelyn's typical kind of coloring. She does color portrait, but it's not her, like, portraits are my thing. But Evelyn colors different kinds of stuff, and she is doing a great job of coloring portraits for somebody that doesn't do that all the time. Hers always looks awesome. So there's Crystal, and then we've got Tides of Time. And here is my finished page of Tides of Time. The way I colored her eyes, she looks like a lady that is, she's actually a professional eater. I watch some off-the-wall stuff sometimes on YouTube, y'all. I watch people professionally eat. And this lady's channel is called The Shuts. And I will put that in the description down below, and I will show a picture of her right here and tell me if they look similar. I think they do. It's the eyes. It's actually kind of funny. I was probably watching her channel while I was coloring this, and it came out like that, but maybe it's just me. But I used Prisma to color her, and there's Stickles. That's the red ribbon is Stickles. And then Gel Crown is what I used for the background. And I also put Stickles on her fingernails. That was not easy to do. And Evelyn's page is purple and yellow, and I love the color palette that you chose, Evelyn. I loved it. She did a really good job. I saw this as Christmas, so I wanted it to be red and green. That's what I love about doing buddy colors, because everybody sees the picture differently, you know. I love it. So that is the second page that I chose for the full book color along. I do have more pages in this book that I did. So let's go through those. All right. The next one that I did, and this one is Dreamy Faye. And I think she turned out very cute. I used Prisma. I think that's the only pencil that I colored with this month. So if it's in 100%, there's colored pencil on every page I'll show you. So just if I don't say that, it's Prisma. I also used a Gel Crown, and that's the clouds back here, and I used that with a stencil. I did not do that great of a job, but I think it still turned out cute. And then I used Mod Podge gloss on her wings here, and I also used heart sequins, and this is nail art stuff that I use for my coloring because I don't use it on my nails. But I gave her some down here too, just a little bit of glitter. But I think she turned out very cute. See how her wings just glimmer. Let's see, did I do another one of this one? Let's look. I did Wind Whispers, and it's Prisma, and the Gel Crown is the background, the green, and then acrylic marker. Where did I use acrylic marker? Oh, the little white dots, that is acrylic marker, which would be the flower, whatever that is. I'll bring it closer. That's the only thing that I find can get a true white is acrylic marker. So is that everything in this one? Let's see. I believe it is. We will move on to the next one. Whoops, I'm sorry about hitting you there. Sometimes it gets dangerous over here. Next one is WondrousFolk by Karron. And I've got lots of them marked here. Let's see what happened. First, I did Angel. And this is just Prisma and gel crowns. And the gel crown is what is in the background. I did this in like one evening. I like the way he turned out. Let's see. Then I did Astral Fae, and she is done in Prisma, Wink of Stella, and Gel Crown. And the Wink of Stella is on her wings here, and around here, on her eyes, on her lips, right here. And then the Gel Crown is what is in the background. I used Gel Crown a lot this month, I guess. But I made her skin like rainbow. It was an experiment. She looks pretty cool, so I guess it was successful. And then we've got Esmeralda. And I used Prisma. And this is ink. And this is also ink down here. And then I used the Spectrum Noir Blue, and I used that on her jewelry. And on her eyes, it looks like. Not sure if you can see her eyes twinkling. Beautiful. I like brown and blue together, so. Let's see. Next, we've got Fairy Portal. I used Prisma, Glitter Opal Medium, glitter, and white nail polish. That was another experiment. Let's see. She was colored in Prisma, and then the Glitter Opal Medium is over top of her wings and right here in the background. And then I also put extra glitter on this part of the background. And then the white nail polish is all of her jewelry that's all around her. And then the little dots in the flower. So I will try to bring that up if it's not. That's how it looks up close. And her little wings sparkle. All right, next. I loved this one. Flower earring. I used Prisma, Gel Crown, Glossy Accent, and Mod Podge Gloss. So I colored her in Prisma. And then the Gel Crown is the background. Glossy Accent is on her eyes. And then the Mod Podge Gloss is here. And one thing I guess I didn't write down here, but it's very obvious. I used a clear glitter for the earring. So it's actually raised off the page. I don't know if you can tell. But I liked the skin tone that I came up with this one, and I did put it in my swatch book. She might be my favorite one. And then here's another one that I did in October that I know I showed a picture of this in progress on my Instagram, but I never showed the completed page in my video. So here I am showing it now. I used Prisma, Spectrum Noir Pink, and Wink of Stella. So she was all colored in Prisma, and then this is the Spectrum Noir Pink here. And then the Wink of Stella I put on her pearls here and on her shirt. Because I wanted to give it a very sheer kind of look. I don't know if I achieved that, but yeah, that's Marigold that I did in October. Is that the last one in this one? That might be the last one in that one. All right. This is fixing to be a pretty long video, y'all. Okay, next we've got Little Folk by Christine Karron. Yeah, I can't believe how long this video is. I did Bird Bath. And I used Prisma, Glossy Accent, Gel Crowns, and Sequins. And here comes my furnace, so I must stop again. One moment. All right. Bird Bath. I used Prisma, Glossy Accent, Gel Crowns, and Sequins. And I colored everything with Prisma. And then the Glossy Accent is in the water. The Gel Crown is what is in the background. And then the sequins I also put in the water. And the Glossy Accent acted as my glue to hold the sequins down on the page. I think I'm going to do a video during Vlogmas when because obviously I put this stuff at the end, any kind of accents to the page. So I will finish up a page like this with y'all, I think, just to, it's very simple to add these kind of things, but we'll have a little chat and finish up a page sometime. But that is Bird Bath. I've got to scoot the book back to turn the page because this is way too close to do that. But this one, I love the way she turned out. She's so cute. Dew Droplet. And I actually did a color long. That may have been the last video I uploaded before this one with this. And I think I colored her eyes and this stuff up here. But I used Prisma, and then there's Wink of Stella on the page. There's glitter glue with sequins, and there's distress ink. So she was all colored with Prisma. Then the Wink of Stella is up here on the leaves to make them look kind of wet. The glitter glue is in her wings, and the sequins are also in the wings here. And I did not write this down, but I did put Mod Podge gloss on top of this because the glitter glue was not successful in holding the sequins down on the page. So I did go back over that with Mod Podge gloss. Let's see. And the distressed ink is the background. I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, see how her little wings twinkle too. And then up here in the leaves, they're kind of shiny. So that is Dew Droplet. And then I did Fairy Book. And I used Prisma, Gel Crown, Wink of Stella, and Spectrum Noir. So everything was colored in Prisma, and then the background is the Gel Crown. The Wink of Stella is on the book. It's on her undershirt here and on her glasses. See how her glasses kind of try to look like real glasses. And then the Spectrum Noir is, where is that? That is on the flowers. No, that's Wink of Stella on the flowers and on the wings here. This, the green, is the Spectrum Noir. Sorry about that. I think she turned out very cute. All right. Next, we've got Little Fairy Monster. This one I thought turned out adorable too. I used Prisma and ink pads. That's the only thing I used on this. So everything is colored in Prisma, and then the ink pads I used for the background. Very cute. No sparkly twinklies on this one, but I don't think it needed it. Whoops. I told you still. Okay, now we've got Miss Pumpkin, which was a buddy color that Evelyn from Evelyn Colors. She did this page too, and I will put hers up somewhere over here. And let's see. I used Prisma, Oil Pastel, Opal Glitter Medium, and stickers on this one. And I do not like the way the background turned out on this one at all. I colored her with Prisma and all the pumpkins and the little cart she's sitting on. And then the oil pastel is the background and down here. And I hate the way it looks. So I put Opal Glitter Medium over this part, hoping that it would make it look a little bit better. And from certain angles, it doesn't look too bad. But, you know, if you squint and almost close your eyes, then it looks pretty good. And then I put stickers on it as well. Down here, I added these little plant stickers. I don't know, I just thought they fit down there. And I have them, so I want to use them. Evelyn's picture looks way, way better than mine. I was not happy with the way this one turned out, and I know it's because of the background. But I don't care enough to go back and change it, so it is what it is. Let's see. I think we have one more. This is the last one, y'all. I think we're gonna make it. This one is the Frog Prince. And I used Prisma, acrylic metallic marker, and gel crown. And this also is for the hashtag Color of the Fairy Tales, November 2025 by Jody Colors. Because again, the prompts for that was ball. I made this a ball. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's a ball now. A frog, a well. They're sitting on a well, and a crown. And they're both wearing a crown. So I hit a home run on this one with that hashtag. But I used, let's see, I colored everything with Prisma. And then the acrylic metallic marker is the outline of this. And you can see I'm not very steady with that because there's all kinds of mistakes in it. And then the gel crown is the background here. No glittery stuff on this one either. But I'll bring it up closer. Look at the frog. And then I smeared it down here, so there's another mistake. But I think she turned out really cute with her little pink nose and cheeks. But there we go, y'all. That is all of my finished pages for November of 2025. I will be filming my coloring plans for December shortly after this one. And that will be up tomorrow. Again, I'm doing Vlogmas, so there'll be a video every day this month until Christmas. I hope. I'm going to try real hard. But if you made it this far, I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world when you're listening to this. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.